We're here today to do an update on the progress of our Ralph Haver home, mid-century modern home in the Arcadia neighborhood. We've got various things going on. We've got some open trenches here in the backyard. Just had our city inspection on these just today. This is it's all for putting utilities underground that used to go a bit above our heads here. We've got telephone going in there, cable, and the electrical power to the house. City was just out here today, took a look at everything. They're happy we can fill this in now. We've got our new electrical service on the house. Took off the riser that poked up through the roof. That's all good. We're going to do some more hardwire over there of some various things. On the other side over here we have progress on our back area. Originally this area had been enclosed by others to make livable space without a permit. We've been working with the city to correct whatever needed to be corrected. They wanted the walls to be up off of the ground level. We've poured a foundation that they required and done risers coming out of the concrete floor so that they're standing up at least 4 inches off of the other concrete. That way when it rains, just like it did last night, the bottoms of the walls will stay dry. So that's all been put in. This red stripe on the ground is actually a floor drain. It's very wide because as you can see we've got a big opening. This originally had a 6-foot wide sliding door and a couple of 4-foot windows. We've taken all of that out and we're replacing that with a 16-foot wide glass sliding door that will be wide open to the living room. That the wall that we see in front of us here, it's all boarded up. That's all going to be opened up in the next phase. We're looking at doing that next week. We'll be replacing the structure that's there now with a unique beam. We're going to be putting in a square tubular steel beam in there and then wrapping it in wood to look like the beams that are above, running above these windows and across the house. That's a typical Haver feature, so we want to duplicate that on this wall. So that will be really sharp. Over here we have, this was previously a storage room that we're making into an office. We've ended up reframing all the exterior walls. They were originally in 2x4s, 3.5 inches thick. We've done them in 2x6s, 5.5 inches thick, so that we could insulate this room better. Again, these all have concrete raising up out of the ground to keep the walls up off of the ground. The white business is all house wrap. Originally this area here didn't have any house wrap on it, so it was just wood on the outside. The elements could get in, so the house wrap will help a lot, and the thicker insulation will be great. This room will show this original Haver beam up here, and that will blend right in with what we're doing out in the other room. So that'll all be good. In fact, right now we're seeing the beginning of some wiring coming in here. Black wiring is heavier 240 volt wiring. Ultimately that will be for a car charger, electric car charger. Other wires are just typical as to what we need for the office here. We'll be bringing in other wires for telephone, for cable, all that sort of thing. We're just barely getting started on that stuff. Show you here, this is hopefully you can see this. This is an engineered beam that we put above this 16-foot wide sliding glass door. That all had to be, we had to get all the engineering on that so that we knew the right kind of thing to do that. That's all been checked by the city. It's they'll be coming out here for a final inspection on all of this framework before we're all said and done. So anyway, I guess I don't know if I mentioned about this. Maybe I did. This red stripe on the ground. This is a trench drain. This will be in front of this big sliding glass door. Once the tape is off of that, if we have another big rainstorm like we did last night, water will go down into there, and it will drain down into a reservoir that we have down below the ground here. This big black pipe will be cut off, and there's just a little cap that goes on the top for any if that big reservoir gets full, it'll just run out on the lawn, any extra water. That'll just ensure that we don't have any problems with water getting inside the house. Anyway, I think that's about it for today. Our windows and doors should be arriving here next week. We're going to have a window right here. See that big cutout? And one in the office in this back wall, a big square cutout. They'll go in. They go in on top of this, the house wrap, and then that's all sealed in once they go on top of the house wrap, and then we'll come in and put the siding on. So that's our update for today, and I'll look forward to doing another one for you as we move forward.